Hello there, my very good friends. WWE SummerSlam 2023 is this coming Saturday, aka tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got some predictions for you. We're going to run down everything that's been announced so far, tell you what we think, and then hopefully you'll tell us what you think in the comment section below. Shall we start things off with a battle royal?
Yes!
SummerSlam battle royal that kind of...
possibly kicked Becky Lynch versus Trish Stratus off this card.
It may well have kicked a Hall of Famer and a modern day legend to the curb.
Anything that gets LA Knight a victory on their second biggest show of the year is okay by me. I don't think we're going to disagree on the winner of this, so I've decided to change this up and suggest that for the SummerSlam battle royal, as it's Detroit car stuff, they should have a wacky Waces style entrance where everyone gets their own unique car. So you got the Brawling Brutes car, banger. It's an old banger.
Maybe the Antihill Mob.
Right.
Or the Slag Brothers.
LA Knight can have the Slim Jim themed car because it's sponsored after all.
All right.
Big sausage or something, I don't know.
Well, his history of sponsored matches in WWE is golden.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Otis and Gable's Alpha Academy car, I might buy afterwards if they put it up for sale. But you're going to go LA Knight on this, surely.
Obviously,
the only reason they put this on there.
That and maybe a bit of sponsorship money. LA Knight is winning this. We're in agreement on the first match. Also announced so far, we've got Sheamus, who we've not mentioned already. Sheamus, Tommaso Ciampa, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah,
are in this match too.
We should say we're recording this ahead of SmackDown, by the way. If you're watching it after that, we don't know what's happened in the LA Knight Sheamus match. But it doesn't matter because LA Knight's winning on Saturday night.
Yes, absolutely. And there'll probably be more people announced. I mean, a 6-man battle royal would be a bit whack, but we're both going for LA Knight. Why else would you put him on here?
Yeah, exactly. Let's move over to the MMA rules match between Shayna Baszler and Ronda Rousey. I will say for this, phenomenal video package thing setting it up on Monday Night Raw. Where was that? Not even a few weeks or months ago when Shayna Baszler came to the main roster. It's one of the best introductions she's ever had, and she's had a title match at WrestleMania. What are they bloody playing at? Surely only one victor here as well, Andy?
Yeah, I think so, and I'm going to take a bit of a boring approach to this prediction and factor in some reports and stuff that have been floating around suggesting that Ronda Rousey has an early out on her WWE contract that she may be looking to kick in. Well, what better way, if you're Ronda Rousey, to kick that in than by putting your best friend over on your way out of the company, at least for a while. Is she done with wrestling altogether? Is this just another long break? We'll find out in time, but yeah, Shayna Baszler's winning this, and surely the only thing that can possibly happen after this is Shayna Baszler kicks everyone's ass and runs the division.
Yes, set her up as the legitimate MMA athlete within WWE now, taking Ronda's spot in that sort of space, whether it be she wins via literally snapping Ronda's arm, maybe not literally, or you establish that she's got a stone cold knockout in a locker that we've never seen before, and she
You're really advocating violence here.
Basically, a really definitive victory for Shayna Baszler, because this, like you say, has to be the springboard for her to hopefully go into a singles title match eventually.
And what is simulated MMA going to look like on a WWE show? I've no idea, but these two are pioneers, so...
There's still time to put Daniel Cormier as the ref. Just putting it out there.
There really is. There really is. Who on earth did the simulated MMA? Was it Jeff Jarrett in TNA?
Oh, God.
I can't even
They
remember.
had a cage match in AEW as well, didn't they?
Wardlow.
Hager and Wardlow.
And Hager, yeah. That was weird.
Yeah.
But hey, look, at least these two are maybe know a bit more of what they're doing than
surely they've
Jake
practiced this match a million times, so...
Yeah. There we go.
I enjoyed seeing the photo of the 4 horsewomen of MMA. There was, Jessamine Duke was in there, and there was this 4th woman, and I thought, I don't know her. But any ideas in the comments?
That's very mean, yeah. Let us know what you think as well about Ronda's future down in the comments. Is she sticking around? Is she going away?
I think she'll come back for a Mania match down the road.
Me too.
But what do you think? Let us know in the comments.
Finding out the dream match between her and Becky Lynch someday, maybe. Or maybe Ronda Rousey versus a bottle of Prime or something, I don't know.
Maybe she'll set up the big long-term feud with Kid Rock at this show.
Oh, and speaking of bottles of Prime, let's talk about the Intercontinental title match. That's not a segue.
2 men in their prime.
Gunther, Drew McIntyre, there you go. Nary an energy drink passes between their lips. Maybe it does, I don't actually know. Set up with Drew coming back at Money in the Bank. Reports swirling that he wants some good creative now that he's back. So do you think that'll maybe factor into this? Gunther does have the Honky Tonk Man's record looming.
Oh, yeah, don't take the title off Gunther. Please, this is potential for match of the night, obviously. But the way I'm going to book it, it has shenanigans. Because for the second time, Drew McIntyre is going to have a match won and be on the verge of winning a big title. Different title, but a big title nonetheless. When someone new is going to debut for a group and cost him the match. I'm talking about the newest member of Imperium, not Michael Hamflett. I'm talking about Ilya Dragunov. This is the bit where, you know, maybe it's the Brawling Brutes, maybe it's some Scottish friends of Drew's, but regardless, Giovanni Vinci and Ludwig Kaiser are chased out of there, maybe by like Matt Riddle or whatever, and maybe even a returning Randy Orton, who knows? I don't want to speculate too much on that because of all the reports saying he's probably not going to ever wrestle again, but who knows? He can show up to chase people off.
Yeah.
But I think that all happens and it's like, phew, now it's one-on-one. Surprise, new member of Imperium, Ilya Dragunov costs him the match and Gunther just carries on and breaks Honky Tonk Man's record.
And then later down the line, you can do the all-time dream match, of course, the new four-man Imperium versus Drew Galloway and Gallus. Why the heck not?
Look.
Well, Tony D'Angelo, I don't know.
Oh, now you're talking.
Okay, don't. Same winner.
Different way of getting there.
Yeah, I think Gunther's just going to beat him clean. I think it's going to be great. I mean, how could it not be? For me, probably the easiest contender for match of the night based on what they did together in that triple threat at WrestleMania. And for me, personally, I generally prefer singles matches to triple threats, so I'm probably going to prefer this.
Gunther should win, regardless of how we get there, how you get there. Andy and I agree, I think, on both parts here. Gunther should win, and following this, Drew should turn heel.
There you go.
It has to be the next direction for him, especially because we don't really know how long's left on his contract, and I feel like you can get a big challenge for the World Heavyweight Championship, which we will get to in due course a little bit further down the line. But let's talk about another potential contender for match of the night. Not exactly in the same way, but Ricochet versus Logan Paul.
Very nice.
How do you see this one going?
Bit of a different approach, isn't it, for the Logan Paul matches? Usually they go for the marquee, the big names, the headliners, the Roman Reigns of the world, whoever else you want to name that he's facing. It's always great. It's always fun. They're just going for a pure athletic spectacle by getting Ricochet. And when I say they usually go for the bigger names, the big spectacle, that's not a slight on Ricochet. He's just not positioned that way in the company. He's booked a different way, and he's obviously one of the most athletic wrestlers ever. So this is going to be, frankly, insane.
Oh, yes.
I am very much looking forward to seeing all the stupid spots these guys do. I don't want a semblance of psychology.
Nope.
I don't want any story. Get the substance out of this. Give me pure style and nothing else. That's what I want, personally. And look, this stemmed from the spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match.
Yeah.
Where they intended the Spanish fly and they landed on the ropes and they slipped a little bit, but they recovered and hit the move and it looked really gnarly. Oh. For me, that actually made it more impressive because they made a little error on a very difficult spot, but they adjusted straight away and they still made it look believable and nobody got hurt. That's pretty miraculous, especially when you consider Logan Paul has had, like, I don't know, less matches than I've had snacks today, for goodness sake. So I think Logan Paul is going to win. I know that some people will be aghast at, are the full-timers losing? Like, we always get that kind of conversation afterwards. And hey, fair enough. I don't necessarily disagree with you. But Logan Paul is a big name for this company. And I think him winning by doing some insane, absurd spot could get media play outside of our bubble.
I'm conflicted on this one because, like you say, I want the guy who's going to be there on Monday to win. Maybe you even have Ricochet win via a super Spanish fly.
Ooh, poetic.
But I'll say Ricochet to keep things interesting.
Ooh, we're 3-1. We've got our first disagreement.
Yeah, I just feel like this has kind of been built as a bit of a springboard for Ricochet. Look, if Logan Paul comes back to be a part of the Royal Rumble again, or War Games, or WrestleMania, no one's going to say, well, wait a second, he's lost against Seth Rollins, and he didn't win the Rumble last year, and he lost. He comes back, he's a bell end, and people boo him. It really is that simple sometimes.
Yeah, it's easy. The guy is a heel across the board. It's mental that he ever wanted to play babyface in the first. He's just so good at this.
And you've got the old thing of like, even if people do go, I'm not, you know what, actually, he's been doing less scams online recently. I'm changing my mind on Logan Paul. You've got the big in emergency break glass thing, and you just go, ksh. Here's Jake Paul. He's related to Logan Paul. Oh, I hate both of them now.
Is he fighting this weekend?
Yeah, he's fighting Nate Diaz. Well, at least at time of recording, because who knows with those sorts of things.
I love the Diaz brothers.
Yeah.
The Paul brothers.
Give him the old... Yeah, Ricochet wins via Stockton slap. That's my booking.
Perfect.
Yes!
Perfect. Anyway, what are we next? Am I next?
It's
next?
Cody and Brock next.
Cody and Brock, yeah, I was supposed to introduce that one.
That's all right.
Obviously, the third big-time pay-per-view match we've had between these guys. We've had the roll-up, we've had the referee stoppage.
Yeah.
Neither of them particularly satisfactory for either man, despite the notches going in the win and the loss column for each of them. So it's how they've built to this one, which should be a bit more substantial. How are you feeling about this?
If they don't give the win to Cody, they need their head examining.
Yeah, they're completely insane.
It's right there. I'd have Cody win by F5ing Brock Lesnar off a car.
Into another car.
Yeah, there you go.
Why not?
There, that's it, and it's a count out. But look, Cody has to win. Like you say, they've had two matches where there have been both legitimate results, but no one has really won the match in WWE's eyes. You need the definitive, like, establish this as a thing so you've got it when you go to WrestleMania 40 because you did it sort of at WrestleMania 39. If you can't win with one crossroads, you have to hit three, and you just roll through. He does 3 consecutive crossroads after kicking out of an F10. I know he does the F5, but make it an even bigger thing where, I don't know, maybe one of Cody's arms has fallen off at this point. He triumphs against the adversity, and then he can finally turn his attention to Roman Reigns in about 8 months' time.
Bonus prediction.
Go on.
Do you remember the report a few weeks ago stating that plans were in play potentially for one Windham Rotunda to show back up and potentially get involved in one of the night's 3 main events, which I took to read as Cody Brock, the World Heavyweight title, and the Undisputed Universal title. Is this where The Fiend gets involved?
A corrupted car comes down to ringside.
With spinning rims with a Fiend face on them.
That distracts...
A corrupted car!
That distracts Brock.
Like
right, he's got a history
shit.
of like fighting cars. If you remember the J&J thing.
Yes.
And then we get Brock versus Bray at Spooky Survivor Series.
The match we've all been waiting for. My prediction is Cody wins as well.
Yeah, Cody has to win.
Yeah, he has to.
Let's move over to the Women's Championship match. Which Women's Championship? The only one being defended on this show. Asuka versus Charlotte Flair versus Bianca Belair, with the spectre, I suppose, of Io Sky and her Money in the Bank cash-in as well involved in all this. So I'm going to ask you, I suppose, your 2-part question. Who wins the triple threat and who leaves as Women's Champion?
Asuka and Asuka.
Yeah.
I'm going for the double Asuka. I don't think Io is going to cash in on the night. I don't think they're going to do the old failed cash in with her. For me, seems like Triple H actually wants to do some cool stuff with her. And I think that the idea behind this feud is to try and raise Asuka up a bit more, give her something a bit more substantial. She obviously came back at the Royal Rumble. Awesome appearance in that match with the entrance and the mask and everything. Like, the presentation was awesome. Fell off a little bit. Now she's in this feud, and it's been a bit of a confusing feud because the alignments are all over the show.
Oh boy.
With everyone, pretty much. We've basically got 3 tweeners who do whatever on a situational basis, which can work sometimes. The creative has not been particularly consistent, I don't think, here, but the match should whip ass. I mean, they're just going to knock the tar out of each other. I think Asuka's going to win. I do think she's going to pin Chaz Flair here.
Okay.
Or submit her, whatever route she wants to go down. I think they'll save Io for later on. But to me, I think the idea of this match is for Asuka to be able to go, I beat Chaz Flair and Bianca Belair on the same night. Beat the 2 best wrestlers on my show. I am a great champion, and I want to feud with Io Sky in the future, because that'd be great.
I think you're right on both counts in terms of Asuka winning and Asuka leaving as champion, although I do have some notes to add on my side of things. I literally copy-paste, I'm fairly certain it was a triple threat, wasn't it? Yeah, it has to have been. The match where Charlotte cost Becky the title And then at the end, Becky went, "Are you kidding me? Again?" And she snaps, turns heel, and attacks Charlotte Flair. Do that with Bianca Belair. I'm not saying you necessarily have to turn her proper bloody heel, because long term we're going for Bianca Belair versus Rhea Ripley, and I think the heel-face dynamics are kind of obvious for that one at WrestleMania next year. But yeah, people love people snapping on Charlotte Flair at SummerSlam and going, "Why are you in this title match again, and why have you cost me?" I'd have Asuka retain, Bianca Belair snap, and you know, really brutal grudge feud between her and Charlotte Flair, because you don't really need a babyface heel dynamic there. It sort of writes itself, even though Charlotte was the wronged party. And I'd have Io Sky go to cash in, but as they literally never do when people cash in the Money in the Bank briefcase, have her hand the briefcase over. Asuka's been knocked down by Bayley, for example, a super Bayley to belly whilst Asuka was celebrating on the top rope. Io Sky goes to cash in, and the referee, Mike Yoda, maybe, because he's always the one who goes, "I'll just do a bit of admin whilst we're doing this Money in the Bank cash in." We all remember the Carmella one. Goes, "I'll just double check the contract that's in the briefcase." Opens up the briefcase. Whoa, it's all of Shotzi's hair! And that's how you split Damage Guitar, courtesy of Shotzi, and turn Io Sky babyface with the briefcase.
Boom, very nice. World Heavyweight title.
Oh yeah.
Seth the Chef, Finn Balor. Here we go, round 2 for these gentlemen. Lot of stuff, lot of extra threads in play here. Damian Priest, Money in the Bank, Judgment Day, tension, tension, tension. Seth Rollins dancing, going, ugh. What's going on?
I don't know.
Me neither.
This is not a good preview for this match, because I had a plan when I walked in here. As we've been talking about this, I've changed my mind, and now I think I've changed it again. I've had 3 different champions since I've sat down in this chair, basically, because of course Damian Priest has the Money in the Bank briefcase. Again, I want to see people with the briefcase hold it for quite a long time, because it's been so long since we've had 2 briefcase holders. I know Austin Theory kept threatening to cash in and getting chinned by like Tyson Fury and stuff.
Very funny.
But I want legitimate title challengers who are constantly always on the edge of cashing in. Finn Balor's champion.
Ooh.
Finn Balor leaves as champion with the intrigue of like, basically, I think I'll tell you what, I've cheated this because I've stolen it from Jamie Kennedy's article at whatculture.com, 10 things that need to happen at SummerSlam. And he suggested, yeah, Damian Priest is kind of intimating, remember this bell rings after this match, I'm cashing in. And then, surprise, it's Finn, and you just have him constantly.
Yeah.
You've got the belt, I've got the briefcase. What are we doing here? Because this is a vehicle for me to turn Damien Feast. It's the Feast or Fired briefcase, guys, from Impact. Damian Priest, babyface.
I think it's a good way to do it for sure. For me, I'm still upset that the Judgment Day are bickering, man, and I just want them to be friends forever. Why can't they just be friends forever?
And
get worked is the problem.
There's a way of that's the way you do it. So on the Raw, because obviously I ad infinitum on the news and stuff about how much WWE are loving the Judgment Day right now, and ratings seem to bear that up. Imagine Finn, I'm the World Heavyweight Champion. Rhea, I'm the World Champion. Dom, I'm the North American Champion. And they're like, and Damian Priest's here as well. And he's like, you're joking me, I've got a world title shot basically ready and waiting.
You could also
But then again, it's Seth, and Seth's a very reliable world champion, and I think it's going to be a great match regardless.
You could also do something fun where Finn like reasserts his power by going, no, you go after Roman now, Chief. You and your briefcase, which could be quite fun to play with.
Do the old Batista, thumbs up, thumbs down. I'm actually going after your title, you prick.
There you go, scamp. This is, I'm going with Balor as well. I like Jamie's bit of booking in the article. I think it's really good stuff. And I think there's a good chance the Fiend shows up here. This is where my Fiend, imagine Fiend token is going, placing it on this match right here like a Monopoly piece. Because we've just got to run it back, haven't we? We've got to run back the all-time great feud. Seth Rollins versus the Fiend. Let's go. Bring your giant hammer, Bray.
Damian Priest goes to cash in. The lights go down, the lights come back up, and he's holding a giant mallet instead.
And they're all red. What? let's go. Hell yeah.
Or he just told, yeah, Seth Rollins, lights go down, lights come back up. I'm wearing Uncle Howdy's hat. Well, how's this happened?
Howdy, partner.
Howdy there, partner. Oh, good day, sir.
You sound like Elmer Fudd. That's quality.
Right, let's conclude with tribal combats for, well, I mean, just all the marbles, basically. The streak of Roman Reigns, the undisputed title, the lay, the control of the bloodline, the match with The Rock, I don't know. It's Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns, and I'm sorry, Jey Uso fans, I think we're going to agree on this one.
Yeah, sorry, Jay, it's not going to be your day. I know that a lot of people are pulling for this, and I think that's awesome. I think it's great. Not only are so many people just invested in the Bloodline story as a whole, I mean, look at the numbers WWE is doing at the moment. Look at live attendances. Look at YouTube clips. Look at quarter hours and overall ratings. Like, this is just a hugely successful mega story. I also think it's great that people are really rooting for Jey and people really believe in this guy and his struggle, because like 10 years ago, can you imagine pitching the one of the Usos in their bright orange shorts?
They're going to play hard in the paint,
Yeah, exactly. When they had that silly entrance music and like they were still putting it together.
So they were doing the haka as part of their entrance as well.
They were, which I liked, but the rest of the gimmick was really confused. But yeah, like I've always enjoyed them tapping into who they are and their personalities, but then it was just like, hey, here's some silliness across the. But now they rule. Now they rule, and they've been able to combine things like the haka, and they had the face paint back in the day. They've taken those aspects and built something new with the bloodline. It's really awesome across the board. I love the cultural side of all of this. That being said, Roman Reigns is going to beat his ass because he's going to drop it to Cody at WrestleMania.
Yes, that's the story we have to tell, please God. I love Jey Uso. I think he's going to become incredibly close to beating him here, just adding to the justifications for Solo being like, you're not the champion I thought you were, and without the people backing you up, you're really in trouble. Maybe this is the bit where Paul Heyman finally involves himself in a match, i.e. not just doing handcuff bollocks when he fought Kevin Owens. I mean literally putting Roman Reigns' foot on the ropes or breaking up a pinfall or distracting him in one way or another, because I think Roman should say to Solo, this is tribal combat. The elders have said no blood-related family members to be involved in this. So Paul Heyman has to do something, and Solo's like, so now, just because you haven't got your family there, you have to rely on that old git to help you win. By the way, his thing on, what was it, for ESPN's First Take?
Yes.
Sensational stuff.
Oh my God, do you hear his line about Bobby Heenan? Gee whiz.
What a worker.
What a worker. Rest in peace, Bobby.
Yes. This is the moment where Roman Reigns looks like he could finally be on the verge of defeat. Maybe Jey Uso's setting up for another spear or a big Uso splash, when who should cost him but not Paul Heyman or Solo Sikoa, but his own brother.
Oh, don't do that.
Jimmy Uso has been gaslit once again by the bloodline, and he's going to have listened in his hospital bed to Paul Heyman and Roman Reigns whispering all that stuff in his ear, like, wait a second, I should have been the right-hand man. Wait a second, when I got murdered the other week, the first thing Jey Uso did was like, can I have a title shot off the back of this? Jimmy Uso cost Jey Uso. Roman Reigns remains world champion because, as Andy Murray said, you need to take this to WrestleMania and you need to give the title to Cody Rhodes. Otherwise, what have we always been doing here?
Exactly. But hey, look, let us know what you think's going to happen at SummerSlam down below. If you like that video or this one, I love this one. This has been a messy outro. Bye.
Bye. Enjoy SummerSlam.
Yes.